What's happening, boxing fans? It is Dr. Bring It. Hey, happy Monday, everybody. Over here in New Jersey, it's actually really cold. It was like 30-something degrees this morning. We're really heading into the winter time at this point. So you know what? Lube up those joints, get those joints nice and warmed up, work out in the morning, do your walks. You know, definitely don't forget to stretch and keep nice and flexible and strong. Do your push-ups or just stay disciplined, everybody. So what's this video about anyway? Did you guys see the Wilder versus Ortiz fight this past weekend? I'm curious, what do you guys think about this? I had made a prediction that Wilder was going to get the knockout, that he was going to win. Although he did surprise me. He didn't come out swinging for the fences, which is very, very classic Deontay Wilder to do, okay? So I thought he was gonna go out there and just try to end Ortiz right off the bat, but he didn't. He actually sacrificed a lot of rounds for the sake of getting a feel for Ortiz. I can't even say he was so active, and it really brought out that he truly doesn't have an authoritative jab. And like I said in the last video, in my prediction video, his jab is just kind of used as a setup. Like he's there, let me just put this down real quick. So he kind of, you know, goes out there, throws the jab just to kind of agitate a little bit, then he'll fake it, then boom. Then he'll hit you with the devastating right, which is actually what happened against Ortiz. He kind of set him up, hit him with the jab, and then faked the jab and came in and just landed his straight right, and out went Ortiz. Again, classic Deontay. But what I found really interesting about this fight was that Deontay wasn't really worried about the scorecard. He didn't care about the scorecard. He really knew deep down that he was going to knock out Ortiz. It was just a matter of time. One thing that I found really interesting that he said in the post-fight interview was that whoever his opponents are, they have to fight him and be ready to fight a perfect 12 rounds against him. All he needs is 2 seconds. And you know what? I just have to say that was a really profound thing to say. And it shows how confident this guy is. I mean, let's be honest again. This guy is not looking to be the most pretty fighter. He doesn't claim to be the most pretty fighter, first of all. He knows when he goes into the ring, he's going to knock people out. And what's actually scary about it, again, like in his the post-fight interview, he said something about seeing his opponent's bodies bouncing off of the canvas and how satisfying that is to him. This guy is a complete killer in the ring. And if he finds satisfaction and pleasure seeing his opponents bouncing off of the canvas, I mean, that is like, I don't know if that's genius or just deranged, okay? I mean, it's just like really, these guys are killers, man. Deontay Wilder is a killer in the ring. And how can you really beat that? You beat it with skill, okay? And look, we've seen some comparisons between Deontay Wilder's career and Mike Tyson's career. Now, Mike Tyson, okay, is one of my all-time favorite boxers that I loved watching. Why? because the man stood at 5'10", and he beat you not only with power, not only with aggression, but the skill in which he handles his opponents was masterful. So from a skill level perspective, Iron Mike Tyson has more skill than Deontay Wilder. I'm not sure if anyone would necessarily disagree with that. But of course, hardcore Deontay Wilder fans might disagree, but they may not. They might not. When you look at the two, you obviously can see who is the better tactician, who has fluid movement, who had better footwork, who had better head movement. Like the entire package, skill-wise, I would have to give to Mike Tyson. So here's the ultimate question. Prime Mike Tyson versus prime Deontay Wilder. Again, in my humble opinion, when it comes to boxing or any type of sports, it's all about the mismatch. So the question is Deontay Wilder's mismatch, being 6'7", having that tremendous reach, and having that tremendous athleticism, was that enough to beat a prime Mike Tyson? Again, Mike Tyson had awesome movement. He comes in, he's able to move like this. When he jabs like out of the way and boom, like he hits to the body. I mean, would he be able to catch up to Deontay Wilder? I'm going to have to say, as much as I love Iron Mike Tyson, I have to question it, because I think the mismatch is great enough for Deontay Wilder to overcome Mike Tyson. He has the athleticism and he has the stamina to be able to keep away Mike Tyson. In order for Mike Tyson to hurt Deontay Wilder, Mike Tyson has to continue to push forward, but Deontay Wilder has the stamina and the energy and the athleticism to keep Mike off. He can keep him off and just keep running around the ring until Mike Tyson he's going to get tired, because he wasn't really necessarily known as a long-term, 12-round kind of a fighter. Anything after like 6, 7, 8 rounds, it's going to be a lot tougher for him. And mentally, he started to kind of break down, because I don't think he had the patience like a lot of other fighters exhibited. Okay? Deontay Wilder gave us a different look of his game against Ortiz this past weekend. He showed that, you know what? I'm not going to care necessarily about the cards. Who cares about the cards? I'm going to knock this guy out. Just give me 2 seconds, and I'm going to connect. And I'll tell you, at the bottom of the 7th, with seconds left, he delivered. And I'll tell you, if it wasn't going to be the 7th, it would have been the 8th. If it wasn't the 8th, it would have been the 9th. That's what Deontay Wilder does. Again, not the prettiest fighter, a pugilist, not necessarily, but he's a killer, man. He's a killer. You know that when you go watch a Deontay Wilder fight, and he said this, you know what he's going to bring to the ring. He's looking to bounce people off of the canvas. That's what he's going to do. So now, after 40 fights, now that he's improved his record and his knockout percentage, do you think he now can claim to be among the greatest of all times? It's really hard to dispute. Again, when you think of like the greatest, you kind of fall in love with people's styles. Like you want to see yourself in there and be like, man, you know what? I want to be like him. I want to be like Ali, having the style and looking pretty, and or Floyd Mayweather, going out there and having like the best defense and athletic skill, or Manny Pacquiao. If Manny Pacquiao is your favorite guy, having like the southpaw stance, his relentlessness. What is it about Wilder, though, that people will fall in love with? I mean, it's obvious if you pick Wilder, let's say he's in a video game and you pick Wilder, guess what you want to see? You want to see people just getting mauled. You know what I mean? You're picking Wilder in a video game just to completely destroy and punch through his opponents. That's what you're picking him. He's just a big bully who has like awesome athletic ability and can last 12 rounds and is as dangerous in the 12th round as he is in the first round. That's what Wilder brings to the table. So you know who is going to be able to go against and possibly dethrone Deontay Wilder? Someone almost as big. You don't have to be as big, but someone almost as big that has that much better skill, that can also move around skillfully, has almost as much of a reach, and has almost as much power. I know that might sound very obvious, but Deontay Wilder is really a freak of nature. He is really a freak of nature. And I think what happens, the reason why people don't want to give him the respect that Deontay wants, is because he's not as pretty as you would want to see him. He's not like Muhammad Ali, he doesn't have that. But I have to say, when I just listen to him speak and knowing the kind of confidence that he has and knowing what he's out to do in the fight, that he's there to freaking bounce people off the canvas, you have to just appreciate Deontay for what he is. Not for what, and not hate him for what he isn't. Does that make sense? So let me know what you guys think. Am I kind of being a little bit too boring here in my analysis? And I just feel like, yes, a lot of people might not love Deontay Wilder just because he's just winning just on brute strength and power, and that's it. There's really nothing so special about like a 1-2. Boom, boom. That's it. And that's exactly what I said he was going to do against Ortiz, and that's what he did in the 7th round. Hey, Ortiz looked good. He looked like he was working him pretty good. He had good activity. He was the one that was really pushing forward pretty much the entire fight. He was setting the pace. He was going out there, and Deontay Wilder wasn't really throwing too many shots. He really wasn't. He's just kind of going around, keeping the distance. And like he said in the post-fight interview, he was kind of like feeling him out, seeing like what he would do if he threw this one, how he would react to it. So based on what he said, man, Deontay Wilder really used a lot of ring IQ and patience against Ortiz. Now, is this fight going to set up an awesome, epic battle, another rematch against Tyson Fury? A lot of people say that Tyson Fury just simply outboxed Deontay Wilder. Yeah, because, Tyson Fury looks like he's got more skill. He's more of a pugilist versus just an outright brawler. Yeah, I can see that. However, again, and I say this again, as prepared as Tyson Fury is going to be when he steps into the ring with Wilder, don't you think that Wilder and his camp is also going to be prepared? I honestly don't think that he's going to underestimate Tyson Fury. I think Tyson Fury is going to get knocked out, to be quite honest with you. Because I think that Tyson Fury is not as athletic as Deontay Wilder. I don't think he has the same amount of power as Deontay Wilder. And I just think that Deontay Wilder is just going to, he's also going to improve himself, and he's also going to display patience against Tyson Fury the second time around. And I think that's how he's going to beat and knock out Tyson Fury. What do you guys think? I know a lot of Tyson Fury fans out there might be cringing of the thought of their boy, falling to the ground. But I'm just trying to look at it, again, empirically, and try to base it on the value that each fighter brings to the table. Try to kind of see which mismatches are going to play out. But let's see. I'm going to reserve my full prediction for another video between Deontay Wilder and Tyson Fury. But that's just my gut feeling on this based on what we've seen. And I'll tell you, Ortiz pushed Deontay to yet another level because he really, really respected Ortiz. He really respected Ortiz, and you saw it. He sacrificed all of those rounds just to set up that knockout punch. He knows what he brings to the table. And one more thing I have to say about Deontay. Some of the questions from the interviewers and from the press, they were asking him, and it seemed like they were trying to say, like, hey, like you were, a lot of people say you were outboxed by Tyson Fury. And like, it was almost those questions were there to kind of like see what he would say and see if he could be agitated. But I have to say that Deontay Wilder's maturity level and his like, he's so sure of himself that he wasn't flustered really with any of these questions. He was, he admitted, he's just like, hey, look, nobody ever fights a perfect fight. You'll get caught. You have weaknesses, so do the opponents. They'll have weaknesses as well. You'll have strengths, but so will his opponents. They'll also have strengths. So the way in which he kind of navigated those questions, I found to be really, really impressive. The more I listened to Deontay and listen to what he's actually saying, the more I'm gaining more and more respect for the guy. And he's really showing that he's truly a professional and he's mature. He's not, now again, based on this fight, he's really pushed another level up because of Ortiz. Ortiz really, I think, caused him to show another side of him. So it's going to be really interesting who's going to be up next after Tyson Fury. It's a given. Tyson Fury and Deontay Wilder, they have to fight. So who's next after that? Well, we'll talk about it. Maybe if AJ gets past Ruiz, let's see. If that fight will ever happen. I don't know. But anyway, let me know what you guys think. Chime in. Please comment on this video. I know that not too many people, surprisingly, were really interested in this fight, the Deontay Wilder and Ortiz fight. But chime in, boxing fans. I welcome you guys. If you haven't already, please like, share, subscribe to my channel. It'd be awesome. Smash the subscribe button, whichever way it is, like right here or right here. I'm not even sure which way it is. But anyway, have yourself an awesome week. Talk to you soon.